Hi, this is Kara from KB Crochet. This tutorial will show you how to crochet a braided cowl in 30 minutes or less. For this project, you're going to need a size R or S crochet hook and jumbo yarn. I prefer to use a ribbon style yarn like Big Twist ribbon. To begin, you're going to go ahead and start off with 5 chains. So you'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then go ahead and turn it over. If you're newer, we're going to crochet in the back loops so that we have a nice finish. So there's 5 of those back loops. Then you're going to go ahead and crochet 1 more chain to be your turning chain. And then you're going to go ahead and single crochet into each of those 5 working chains that you started with. So again, you should have 5 single crochets. Then you're going to crochet a length of chains into each of those single crochets. So you can just start right ahead with that first single crochet. Just go ahead and chain 24. And you want to make sure you're not getting them too tight or you won't quite get the length you need. And of course, as always, try and keep them even. Now, if your tension is a little looser or a little tighter than what mine is, it's okay if you don't do exactly 24 here. What you're going to be looking for is a length of about 19 to 20 inches when you get done. And for me, that's right around 24 chains. So like I said, when you get done, you're going to want to measure it and see about where you're at. You're going to want to be right around 19 to 20 inches. And then and that's going from the base of that chain of 24 or however many you need to get that length. Then you're going to go ahead and cut your yarn and pull it through to finish it off. You're then going to slip stitch into the second single crochet, not chain, sorry. And you're going to make your second row of 24 chains, or second strip of 24 chains. And when you get to the end of this, or the end of each one, you can go ahead and compare them in size, but you're going to do this, the same thing, a strand of 24 chains in each of those 5 single crochets that you did to begin the project. So again, you can kind of compare, make sure those are the same length, and then you're going to start your next one into that third single crochet. You're just going to join that with a slip stitch just like you did the last one. And then chain 24. So then before I finish off, I'll always kind of want to check that again just to make sure that, again, I've got the right length. And then we'll finish it off and go back and start the same process in that fourth single crochet. Sorry, I had to change skeins of yarn there. So again, you'll just attach it with a slip stitch. And go ahead and chain 24. And even though I just said I always check first, I got a good feeling today, so we're just gonna kind of finish this one off and go for it. Part of the reason I do typically check is just because I hate to be off on my counts or my tension changes and then I end up with one strand that's really short or really long, then I have to redo that one. At least since they're all attached separately, it's not that bad if you have to do that, but it's just a pain when you get to the end and then make that discovery. So then you're going to go ahead and again attach the yarn with the slip stitch. We're now in that fifth and final single crochet. Yay. And once you've got it attached, you're going to go ahead and chain your last strand of 24. All right, now that we've got that 5th one finished, we're going to go ahead and put the single crochets up at the top and just kind of straighten out all 5 strands. You're going to want to make sure that they are all right side up. So that means you shouldn't have any of those back loops facing. And you just want to make sure that they're all kind of nice and straight. And then once you've got them all laid out, you're going to go ahead and do a 5-strand braid. If you are unsure of how to do that, there's a ton of both video and picture tutorials online. But you're going to take 1 and cross it over 2. Then you're going to take strand 3 and cross that over strand 2. That's the current, I'm using the current numbers, not the numbers they started as there. Make sure they're nice and even, no gaps. Then you're going to cross 5 over 4. And then 3 over 4. And that's 1 complete set. And then you're just going to repeat that, 1 over 2, 3 over 2, 5 over 4, and 3 over 4. And you'll do that all the way down the length of your strands, almost until you get to the very end, the very knots. And you'll just repeat that pattern over and over, 1 over 2, 3 over 2, 5 over 4, and 3 over 4. And as you're going, you're going to want to kind of make sure that you're staying nice and even. There's not any big gaps. You're not pulling too tight. So you do want it to be a little stretchy. Good. When you get to the very end, you can kind of look it over and make sure everything looks how you want it to look. And even after you get it finished, you can kind of pull and tug it a little bit to make sure it's even and how you want it to be. And once you're sure it's how you want it, then you're going to go ahead and turn it to the side and flip it over. And then you're going to carefully fold it so that each strand is going to connect to the corresponding single crochet to close up your loop. So you're going to just insert your hook into that first one, and then you can either insert into that first chain and pull up a loop with the tail and pull through, or you can just use the tail. So you'll insert through and then just, like I said, just use the tail. You don't even have to insert it. It just depends on what you feel like feels more secure. And then pull up a loop and pull the tail through. I've never had any trouble just doing it with the tail, but I know depending on what your tension is like or how secure you feel your stitches are, whichever way makes you feel more comfortable. And you'll just do that all the way across. Now, you do want to be a little bit careful to make sure you don't unbraid the other ends while you're doing this, because that could change how your finished scarf looks. They might not end up in the same position. All right, this last one. All right, and now all you have to do is tuck in those tails, and you have completed a braided cowl in less than 30 minutes. Because it works up so fast, this is a great project for craft fairs or holiday shows. They make great teacher gifts. I live in a cold climate, and this thick cowl is perfect in the winter. It's not It's not so light that the gaps make it too cold. It's absolutely perfect. Thank you for watching this tutorial. For additional patterns and tutorials, please check out my YouTube channel or my blog. You can find the links to my blog in the description of this video. Thank you and happy crocheting!